Hey there everyone, this is Joe in General, your resident reason and evidence enthusiast. It's your weekly Bitcoin price analysis update. It is Friday the 20th of October 2017. As always, a quick shout out to my subscribers, a total of 6,195 as of right now. Welcome to all the newbies that have come on board in the last few days. I really think this is going to be the very quickest analyses that I've ever done. Definitely, I can feel it in my waters. This is where we were in my last video from about 6 days ago. It wasn't a usual analysis video. It was actually more making the case for a particular higher target, which could be a potential up target point before we see a large retracement. I did think I mentioned at one point, we'd come up to this high of $5,846.40 US dollars. Of course, it's based on the Bitstamp exchange. And I think I had been talking before I went into, where what this target was and how we may get there or why we may get there. I think I did mention and I usually do mention a couple of trend lines. This trend line right here, which is or was the top end of this trend channel right here, and now since we've broken through the top end here, it's now becoming, and I think it would have become, and I think I mentioned that, the bottom end of this new trend channel right here. And you can't see the top end line just drawn in here, but I can show you that in a minute. So we're talking about here and how the price could potentially, come back and test this level quite possibly just as a level of support, thus sort of solidifying this becoming the bottom end of the trend channel. And of course, we're talking about this micro trend line as well, which I think is still in play and will be in play for a little bit quite possibly. And then I went on to make the case for this higher price. I'll get you to check out that video though yourself. But this is where we are now. So this is that 5,846, and here's where we are right now. This is the live price, bitcoinwisdom.com website. As I said, the Bitstamp exchange priced in US dollars, currently hovering right here at 5,660. So we've yet to break through the all-time high of 5,846.40 cents. And as you can see, we did, and I'll just punch this in a little. This is on the 1 day. We'll go to maybe to the 12-hour, even maybe the 6-hour might be a good idea. Here we go right here. As you can see, as we did come up to that 5,846.40, we did eventually have a test of that big, now I would call bottom end of the trend channel, the bottom end of the this trend line right here. You still can't see as of right now this other trend liner that I have drawn in. Actually, if I pull out to the 3-day, there you go. You can see it right there. If I put that on the max, no, that's fine. Let me get rid of that. You can see it right here. You just can't see it intersecting above there yet, just because of the bitcoinwisdom.com website and the way it does some stupid stuff sometimes. But you can see I've drawn that in here. So this is now the bottom end of the trend channel right there, and that's the top end of that trend channel. And as mentioned, we did have a touch and a pierce below. You can see we touched it right there, and then a quick pierce below this now bottom end of the trend channel. It looks like it was trying to make a play for this micro trend line right here, this one, but I think it was really trying to make a play to come back and retest the previous all-time high, that major one there of that 4,980, call it, $5,000 psychological value if you like. Didn't quite get there though, and oftentimes from a failed move comes a fast move in the opposite direction. We've certainly seen that. So that failed to break down any further, and we saw a large rise back up again. We've yet, as I said, to break through that all-time high. And I guess if you look at it right here, it's little bit of a downtrend line right there. I don't think that's anything in particular to be concerned about. I think since we came all the way down here, tried to break down to this trend. Let me go with that. Break down to this trend line here, or at least touch that $5,000 mark. Failed to do so, and had that quick rise back up. I think I'm going to entitle this video, I'm not quite sure yet, but something like takeoff. Is it time to take off? Takeoff time, something like that. I've got to think about it, but something like that. I think this Could be, and of course I could be wrong, and this is not financial advice, do your own research, all that jazz, but this could now be because we did have this failed breakdown further and a quick rise back up again. Of course, there's going to be a couple little things we need to break through, but this could be takeoff time, question mark. Could quite possibly be takeoff time coming very, very soon, breaking through 58.46. 40 and onto higher highs. What we would need to see, and maybe let's pop this into maybe the 2-hour time frame. What we would definitely need to see, obviously, is breaking above this level right here, and this level here is at about 57.35 roughly. You'd want to see it comfortably break through this. So let's say 57.50. Definitely, I would suggest once it comes up to and breaks through this $5,810 level. Once it breaks through that, I think that's pretty much off to the races. I don't think you'll spend a lot more time hanging around here. Not for very much longer, because we've had there's 1, 2 tests of it so far to try and break on the trapdoor right there from underneath. It's getting pretty close. So I think this, once we break up through here, whenever that is, I don't think it's going to be in days and days from now. I think we're talking maybe 24, 48 hours more, rather than say a week. I think, and that's of course if we don't break down from here, but if we break up from here, it's going to be off to the races. Take off time, in my opinion. Now, of course, we could break down further. If we do, as I said before, we've got the bottom end of this trend channel now, and that would be, let's say, if it broke down pretty quickly, which I doubt it's going to happen again. But if it did, you'd be talking at a prices around about $5,280, something like that. But I think the bias at the moment is, and of course we've got to, make sure we're looking at the price, constantly. But technical indications for me personally is looking like we are going to break through very, very soon into higher highs. That is just my opinion. Now, where to from here? Well, I did give a hint just before at a couple of those videos. What I would do if I were you, I would do a lot of research. Don't just look at what I'm doing. Don't just watch my videos. Subscribe to many other channels as well. Listen to all and follow none. But I'd be looking out of my 2 videos. I'd be watching these 2 right here, and they're the 2 most recent ones that I've done. This one, next stop 7,000 question mark. Of course, I'm giving you a level of making a case for 7,000 possibly being the next major up target before a significant retracement. But then after doing this video, I did some more research, and I found out another higher price than 7,000, which could also be that target before a significant retracement. So watch that one, make up your own mind. Of course, I'm just a buyer and a holder. I'm not trading in and out of Bitcoin and fiat currency. So I'm just hodling for dear life and buying when there are significant dips. But I don't think a significant dip is coming just yet. This was probably your last opportunity, in my opinion, to get Bitcoin at somewhere around these prices when it bottomed out at about $5,100. That was a good time to buy in. I hope some of you did. All right, I think that was pretty quick. I think that was my quickest one ever. So if you want to stay updated with the Bitcoin price, of course, hit that big red subscribe button right there. Much more on my channel, of course. Just have a browse through. I'm sure you'll find there's other stuff on my channel which may be to your liking. All right. Thanks, gang. Stay safe. Stay informed. Speak soon.